Right now this morning, last chance for yard work before Thanksgiving. Why today's the day. And Black Friday just days away, but there's still time to get your budget on track. A local expert shows us how on Mindful Monday.
Plus, light snow flurries all along on I-94 and northward, and the possibility of light rainfall here locally. More about that in just a moment.
Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us for News 8 Now this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Monday, November 25th. A lot of news to get to, but we'll get to the weather first. So a few slick spots when I was out there. The commute is going to be a little bit dicey today, right?
It is going to be dicey to start off this early morning, so please be careful. By the time we get in the noon hour, some folks may still experience some slippery roads as well, but the rainfall up north will start, I should say the rainfall here locally will subside by the noon hour. And we'll still see some snow by Ladysmith and extending out to Wausau. So folks that are out there, please be careful going into the afternoon as well. All right, so we've got the cloudy skies, partly cloudy skies possibly as we get into the afternoon. For now, though, you're seeing some wet roadways out and about as you get into Wisconsin 25 there over in Menominee. You'll also be seeing here as you get into areas at County Road east-west, you're seeing some wet roadways out there as well. So please take it slow this early morning. So that means once you get into La Crosse as well as Eau Claire, the wet roads there are also holding on right now. We'll pick up the rainfall as we get into at least the 7 o'clock, 7:15, 7:30 hour for Eau Claire. Then over in La Crosse, we're looking at maybe as we get into the 8 o'clock hour, rainfall start to move in the picture. Other locations as we finish out for La Crosse, you're looking at rainfall as we go through the 6 and 10 o'clock hours, continuing on with opening skies by the 6 a.m. hour. And Eau Claire will have this mix of rain and snow moving in as we finish out the 10 o'clock hour. Ladysmith, as I mentioned, will keep that till around the noon hour, and then we'll start to clear out the skies. Here's a look at the rainfall for you this early morning. And as we get a little bit closer here, I'll show you the cloud cover that's associated with this as well. We're getting this rain that mostly the bulk of that's already kind of moved on by, but the clouds are overcast right now. We'll keep them as we go into the afternoon. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. We will see you a little bit later. In just hours now, a Hudson teacher will face a judge. 24-year-old Madison Bergman's arraignment starts at 11:45 this morning in St. Croix County. She's accused of sexually assaulting an 11-year-old student at Rivercrest Elementary and exchanging more than 35,000 text messages with the child. Prosecutors have filed 10 felony charges against her, including first-degree sexual assault. Bergman is free on $25,000 cash bond. Also in court this morning, a preliminary hearing for a semi-driver's alleged attacker. 59-year-old Paul Stokes is due in La Crosse County Court at 11. He's charged with recklessly endangering safety and substantial battery. Police say Stokes cut another trucker's throat at the West Salem Quick Trip after a dispute over parking. The victim survived cuts to his neck and chest. Stokes faces 2 felonies. President-elect Donald Trump is making his final selections for who might join him in the White House as part of his cabinet. And despite some controversial picks, new CBS News polling shows a majority of Americans approve of how he's handling the transition. Naomi Ruckham brings us the results of that new poll.
This morning, we now know even more picks for President-elect Trump's incoming cabinet. That's new nominees for housing, labor, agriculture, and treasury. On Face the Nation Sunday, some Democrats expressed their willingness to work with the new administration.
I'm going to evaluate each one of these candidates based on their ability to do the job and their willingness to put the needs of the American people first.
And while the Trump transition has come with its fair share of drama, including sexual assault allegations against both a current and now former nominee, new CBS polling shows President-elect Donald Trump's incoming administration will have the benefit of mostly goodwill from the American public. A majority of Americans, 59%, approve of his handling of the transition, and more than half are either happy or satisfied that he won. On the issue of immigration, a vast majority believe any mass deportations should be done by government agencies, not the U.S. military. A move the president-elect signaled he might use, despite pushback from some in his own party.
I will not support and will not vote to use the military in our cities.
Polling also shows most Americans believe the nominees should face hearings in the Senate rather than be fast-tracked into their new roles.
Some senators have also said they would like FBI background checks on some of the president-elect nominees. Happening now, final preparations for this week's G7 summit. Member nations, including the U.S. and U.K., will gather to discuss the Middle East conflict, Ukraine, and Indo-Pacific tensions. It's Italy's second time hosting the G7 following April's meeting. The UN climate conference ended with a breakthrough deal. Wealthy nations are pledging $300 billion each year to help developing countries fight climate change. But for many poorer nations, it's not enough. They say they need more than $1 trillion annually to cope with a crisis they did not create. President Biden praised the agreement as a significant step against global warming. Think twice before tossing those Thanksgiving leftovers. Americans throw out 200 million pounds of turkey every Thanksgiving, wasting both money and resources. Time, too, probably. Just 1 pound of turkey takes 520 gallons of water to produce and creates emissions equal to burning half a gallon of gas. That waste adds up, costing the average family more than $3,000 every year. So this holiday, consider saving those extras for another meal. 2 lucky turkeys are about to get a presidential pardon. The birds made their way from a Minnesota farm to Washington, D.C. over the weekend. President Biden will continue the White House tradition today on the South Lawn. While this marks the 77th turkey presentation, the official pardoning only became tradition under President George H.W. Bush, though legend says President Lincoln once spared a turkey at his son's request. With Thanksgiving just days away, many are planning on heading out of town to visit family and friends. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has a breakdown of all you need to know before you hit the road.
We've had such a warm fall that people probably don't even know what it's like to have colder weather.
Wisconsinites can expect temperatures to drop this week. And while a major storm isn't expected, it's important to be prepared before you head out.
Checking the forecast along your route because weather can change pretty significantly from one location to another.
Drivers should check road conditions as well, especially when traveling to a new state.
If you're going to go to Minnesota, if you're going to go to Colorado, you'd want to check the 511 sites along the way for road conditions.
Before you hit the road, you'll want to make sure your car is ready. AAA recommends getting a vehicle inspection before you leave.
Key things you want to look out for are your tires and your battery are the 2 key components that are really weather related as we begin to see temperatures dipping down below freezing.
You'll also want to make sure you have emergency supplies on hand like jumper cables, phone chargers, and flashlights.
In addition to like a blanket, you want to have extra gloves along, hat, coat, make sure that you're dressed for the weather.
Nearly 1.6 million Wisconsinites are expected to travel this week. Being prepared is the best way to keep yourself and others safe. Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
Road conditions still up in the air right now, but our weather team will, of course, keep you updated throughout the week. Time is running out for La Crosse residents to use the city's yard waste site. The brush and yard waste facility closes tomorrow at 6 p.m. for the season. The site is open today and tomorrow from 10 to 6. After that, residents will need to take their yard waste to the La Crosse County landfill. Local courts are working to make the justice system fairer. La Crosse and Monroe counties have been chosen for a national pilot program aimed at improving how people experience court. The Fairness Challenge will train staff to ensure court processes are impartial and respectful.
If someone feels that they've been treated fairly, they're more likely to accept what the decision is and follow that decision versus someone that just doesn't feel that they were treated fairly.
You can catch our full story on the Fairness Challenge tonight at 6. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news, Elon Musk revises his timeline for humans on Mars. Campbell's Soup drops soup from its name after 150 years. And a pilot makes a dramatic emergency landing on an Oregon road. And while consumers see sky-high egg prices, some are blaming new cage-free laws, while others are disputing that it is the bird flu outbreak. We'll have that information for you ahead. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. World War II letters and photos donated to the Salvation Army in Hannibal, Missouri are back with their owner's family. The store manager and a local writer helped solve the mystery of who they belong to, saying the box of letters must have accidentally been dropped off when dropping off donations. The letters portray a heartwarming love story. For now, leaving you the live look inside Boston Logan's International Airport, where crews continue to prepare for this week's jump in travel. AAA expecting roughly 80 million Americans to travel. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Roadie.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
The holidays. And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
It's Hy-Vee's Thanksgiving sale, Friday through Wednesday. Hy-Vee canned corn or green beans, just 59 cents. Hy-Vee butter, just $3.49. 6-pack bottles of Pepsi products, just $2.99 each when you buy 4. 5 pounds of gold medal flour, just $2.48. Hy-Vee cream cheese, 3 for just $5. And Hy-Vee shredded bar or cubed cheese, just $1.99. Save in-store and online, Friday through Wednesday, only at Hy-Vee.
Drive in and see Wisconsin's best furniture store. With holidays and the football season upon us, shop and order now.
Browse the most competitive prices on a huge selection of sofas, sectionals, and chairs.
Awesome discounts on power reclining with adjustable headrest, zero gravity, or lift.
Set the table this year with options from Ashley, Sunny Design, and our rustic Amish pieces. Looking for a better night's sleep? Try out any of our hybrid, all-foam, and double-sided mattresses with adjustable bases and frames available.
Furniture from our family to yours. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
For anybody in this region who is facing mobility issues,
I'd recommend Access Elevator because I know Jason.
The thing that sets Jason apart is that commitment, that passion for making life more pleasant. He will help you think about how to make your life easier in ways that you have not thought about.
There's no second guessing. I immediately say, call Access.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevators. Stop in and see us today.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
When I called other lawyers, I wasn't even sure who was going to be representing me. Once I called BGR and talked to Brian, I felt secure immediately. I'm so glad that I called Bygoff and Roadie.
All right, well, good morning to you. Let's take you back to the West Coast again. I want to show you this area of low pressure that continues to spin around there. It's been going on for, what, a week and a half now or so, and bringing some really decent rainfall. I mean, well, above decent rainfall, up to 18 inches, up to 20 inches now, in some cases plus, all the way down to the Bay Area, picking up some good rainfall and snow, working into the high Sierra as well as portions of Northern California. And this also extends down now to the Central California, as I'm getting into the Central Coast, where you were familiar with Monterey and Big Sur, all the way down to Santa Barbara. That's what's happening for them all the way there. You can see all that rainfall right there. Now this continues to ratchet up some more of that, or ratchet up some more of that rain and snow getting into areas by Winnipeg as well. That's going to usher in that more of that rainfall coming into our area. Twin Cities back over to Omaha, getting into Chicago as well. La Crosse in the mix, all the way up to the northern portion of our region as well. Temperatures already in the 30s. We see some 40s in here as well. These are pretty much our highs for the day. And as we get into the afternoon, those highs or those temperatures coming in are going to be much colder. We'll see widespread 30s. In fact, it feels like it's about 32 degrees as you get into Eau Claire, and La Crosse feels like it's 36 degrees out there when it's already showing about 40 degrees. Wet roadways already. You see the cloud cover overhanging the local buildings here in La Crosse. We've got, you just saw a little bit of snow kind of floating right through areas right by Eau Claire right there. As we get into the current visibility, you're going to see more patchy fog out there as well. It's going to take a while to get rid of that as we go through the morning hours. You'll see that continuing to stretch from Minnesota and Iowa back into areas right along the river, and then back into our interior areas as you get into Soldiers Grove, as well as Viroqua, Sparta, and La Crosse and Black River Falls. So please be careful for your morning commute this early morning. When I return, I'll have more about this for you in just a moment. Back to you.
In your consumer news this morning, Elon Musk says he envisions people living on Mars in the next 30 years, but Mars has an unforgiving environment and it would be too tough to produce food, some people say, build farms or have people populate the planet. One of the biggest challenges is people would have to get used to weightlessness, and zero gravity is bad for bones, for muscles, and for people's vision over time. Campbell's Soup shareholders, meanwhile, have agreed to allow the company to drop soup from the corporate moniker. It'll now be known as the Campbell's Company. Leaders say there's more to Campbell's these days than just soup, and soup is now a smaller part of the company's sales. Campbell's owns a variety of snacks and foods like Goldfish, Pepperidge Farms, and Snyder's of Hanover. A small plane had to make an emergency landing in Oregon after the pilot encountered a mechanical issue. The pilot ran into trouble at 21,000 feet as he was flying from Seattle to Texas. He landed his plane on a road, examined it to see if there was any damage, and then took off and landed a short time later. An investigation is underway to determine what caused the mechanical issue. The egg section in some Colorado grocery stores have gone empty. But are the barren shelves due to the new cage-free law there or the result of a bird flu outbreak? Adria Arita reports.
This is about a day and a half's worth.
Farmer Nick Shore is trying to keep up with the demand for eggs.
Just in the past week, we've almost doubled the amount of customers.
His hens, a popular choice for eggs for folks here in Parker.
Out of my total customer base, half of them are coming to me just because of reliable eggs.
We first told you about these notices going up at stores like this Denver Whole Foods, saying they're experiencing difficulty sourcing eggs that meet their strict animal welfare standards. Same thing at King Soopers, with this notice about a 2020 Colorado law requiring cage-free eggs next to these empty shelves.
Unfortunately, those signs in the store got people up in arms. The word that I got is that the shortage is caused by the law, and that is not true.
Bill Skebby with Colorado Egg Producers tells me the bird flu outbreak is to blame, not the cage-free law.
Farms have had to decrease their flocks by over 100 million hens. When you take that many hens out of the system, you don't get eggs. That's just the bottom line.
However you scramble it, local farmers like Shore are ready to step in, even through the cold winter months.
Whenever the sunlight decreases the amount of sunlight per day, the chickens produce less eggs. We put out lights so that way we can at least get eggs year-round.
And experts say these shortages won't last forever.
You won't see stacks and stacks of extra eggs, but you will see a supply of eggs.
That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:18. Let's check in with Art for a look at our forecast.
All right, Alexander, we've got this going on. As you start up to the north, you're going to be looking up by Ladysmith, the possibility of about 1 to maybe 2 inches of snow possible. Well north of that, they could see up to 3 inches of snow. Partly cloudy skies are coming back later on in the afternoon. I'm talking around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour for you. So expect morning cloud cover to linger going on into the early afternoon. That being said, take a peek here what I've got going on for you. The rainfall continues to press through the area. You can see a lot of the bulk of that rainfall has already kind of moved away. That's why the snow is going to be a little bit less in areas by Eau Claire as well as Ladysmith, even though there is a warning, winter warning going on for much of areas right by Ladysmith. Going into that, we'll see the cloud cover also associated with that, with the bulk of that cloud cover really starting to thicken up right here as you get into La Crosse all the way up to Eau Claire and getting into Ladysmith. That being said, there's a look at what's going on right now. The advisory, the winter weather advisory, all there, and getting into the blue, you see that continuing on where the heavier snowfall is going to be, and then underneath that, underlined from that, it's going to be a little bit less getting into Eau Claire now. That's something that's new. We'll get into it. I thought I saw a little flurry coming on, or a little flake kind of moving through areas right by Eau Claire, but it wasn't. It was probably a headlight. But we're getting into that rainfall as we go through the 6 o'clock hour for you, 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock hours. You're going to be seeing a mix of rain and snow for Eau Claire into Winona. Heavier rainfall in the mix, I should say, up to rainfall and snow getting into Ladysmith Smith and La Crosse will hold on to a mix of rainfall and, of course, mostly rain, and then a little bit of a mix. That could also include portions of Sparta as well as Viroqua. Getting into that, extending into Black River Falls. Maybe Black River Falls, we'll see more along the lines of snow at this hour showing it. But this is probably going to start off around, say, the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour. 7 o'clock to about 7:15 or so, snow should start to move in to areas of Eau Claire, and that continues on and starts up again. That all moves out by the time we get in the 1 o'clock hour, and by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it's up and out of the area, and it's also going to be clearing. We see the clearing behind that that cloud field right there. You can see opening up a little bit more so, taking us into partly cloudy skies between 4 o'clock going into the 7 o'clock hour. Winds begin to pick up around the 10 o'clock hour as well for this morning. We'll see these winds stir up. As you can see, 9 o'clock, it starts to really start to pick up, getting into the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock hour, winds up to at least 25 to 30 miles per hour in some cases. That will continue all the way through the afternoon and the evening hours, and then once that goes by, you'll see that all the way into the 7 o'clock hour, continuing on into the evening and overnight. Cooler air in our area, and that's going to stay with us as we go into tomorrow as well, and we'll stay cool going all the way into Wednesday, possibly Thursday. We'll see cooler conditions in the area. We'll also see the highs mostly happening right now, but for the day later on, we'll see mostly 30s widespread. We'll also be getting into the zone forecast for La Crosse, holding on there. I'm going to skip that and get into areas right down for everybody, holding on to our highs for the day. As you can see, 40 degrees, getting to 33 tomorrow, 35 for Wednesday, 20s in the morning for your forecast, getting into 16 degrees by the time we get into Thursday, and of course Friday mornings, it's going to be much colder. Back to you.
Yeah, the high is 29, 24. Okay, Art, thank you. The time now is 6:21. Still ahead on your morning news, a special bond at the gym where an 85-year-old and her young trainer share more than just workout tips. See how they're lifting each other up and why age is just a number when it comes to setting personal records after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up in sports, the Packers and the Vikings both look to stay hot, while the Wisconsin Badgers looking to stay undefeated on the basketball court. All of that coming up in the Morning Blitz.
Beat the Black Friday crowd and come to Home Furniture's pre-holiday sale. Everything is on sale. Plus, get an extra 15% off floor models and clearance and pay no interest for 3 years. Don't wait. Hurry in for the best selection during the pre-holiday sale at Home Furniture.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event. Time for exclusive offers on your favorite Ford trucks, including F-150, part of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Ford F-Series. Get holiday ready with all-weather features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Great deals on your favorite Ford trucks. That's how you get holiday ready. Get up to $88.45 in total savings, or lease F-150 for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need, because they're a part of them, because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
The gift of relaxation and pampering is the perfect gift to give this holiday season. It is the Sue Colby's experience, the gift your special someone is really hoping for, and the gift she really deserves. Order your gift cards online today at SueColby's.com or pick them up at Sue Colby's Salon and Day Spa, because she deserves the very best.
Get an 11% rebate on everything in Menards. Fire Safety Month is here. Protect your family in case of fire and carbon monoxide emergencies. This carbon monoxide alarm is $13.96 after rebate. Finish your project with Drydex color changing spacking from DAP. It features a dry time indicator that goes on pink and dries white once it's ready to sand and paint. An 8-ounce container is $2.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Rest well this Black Friday knowing you got a quality mattress during the pre-holiday mattress sale at Home Sleep Express. Your choice of these queen mattresses from Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep, each just $9.99. Plus, get no interest for 3 years. The pre-holiday mattress sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
A local music class is enriching the lives and minds of its students. Wednesday at 10, we'll talk with those impacted by the program and how children learning music before they can walk makes a big difference in their lives. Wednesday at 10.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz, week 12 of the NFL season, and the Packers are playoff hunting. Let's go to Lambeau Field. Packers hosting the San Francisco 49ers in a rematch from last year's playoffs. And Green Bay got off to a quick start. First drive of the game, Packers on the 11-yard line. Love finds Tucker Kraft on the screen. Kraft does the rest. Packers go up 7. Then in the second quarter, Packers looking to go up 17. The handoff to Josh Jacobs, up the middle, in for the score. Packers up big. But with a minute left in the half, Brandon Allen is going to find George Kittle in the back of the end zone. This one was 17-7 at the break. Second half, Niners trying to make this one a game. Allen going to the middle of the field, but that ball is tipped and into the hands of Xavier McKinney. His 7th of the season. The offense would take advantage. Love hands it to Jacobs. He was a tough tackle in this one. In for the second time. Packers up 17, and Jacobs not done yet. Packers at the goal line trying to put this game away, and it's Jacobs in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Have a day. Packers go up 31-10, then with just over 4 to play, Love wants another one. The end zone fade to Malik Heath making the catch. Another Packer touchdown. They score a season-high 38 points as Green Bay gets the win. Over in Chicago, the Minnesota Vikings going for their 9th win of the season up against the Bears. Chicago up 7-0 early on, but 1st and 5, Sam Darnold taking a shot down the field, got a man. That's Jordan Addison hauling it in, down at the 1. Then on the very next play, Darnold, plenty of time in the pocket, goes right back to Addison, making the catch. Touchdown Vikings, we're tied up. Later in the quarter, Vikings threatening again on 2nd and goal. Darnold going outside, has Jalen Naylor, reaches across the goal line. Minnesota goes up 14-7. Second half, Vikings looking to go up 14. The handoff to Aaron Jones. He's up the middle and in. It's 24-10 Minnesota. But here comes Chicago. 7.5 to play, in the rookie Caleb Williams finds DJ Moore, picks up his blockers and scores. It's now 24-16. Then with 30 seconds to play, Bears down 11 on the goal line. Williams dancing around the pocket, and he's going to find Keenan Allen all alone. 2-point conversion good. Chicago down 3, but they need an onside kick, and these things never happen, right? Wrong. Bears recover, and they've got another chance. 20 seconds to play. Williams stepping up in the pocket, throws a rocket to the middle of the field. Moore is there for the catch, and Chicago sends this game to overtime. Wow. But in OT, the Vikings defense gets a stop, then Darnold is going to find the tight end TJ Hawkinson open in the middle of the field. They're into field goal range, and John Parker Romo is going to give the Vikings the win. 30-27, the final. Badgers were taking on Pittsburgh in the Greenbrier Tip-Off Championship over in West Virginia. Both teams entered undefeated, but only one would remain. First half, Max Klesmit, the feed inside to Steven Crowell, a big dunk. Badgers strike first. The second half, Badgers down 3, but John Tonje would start to heat up. High off the glass for 2. Then a few minutes later, right up the lane, through the defense, gets the floater to fall. Badgers take the lead. Then with 90 seconds to play, shot clock winding down. Tonje backing down the defense, goes to the hoop, gets it to fall. 33 points on the night for him as the Badgers remain undefeated. 81-75, the final. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular. Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
For over 5 decades, Jim's Truck and Trailer in Winona has been your solution for everything transportation related. In 1971, my dad Jim recognized truckers and families needed a reliable partner who will have their vehicle road ready. Still family owned and operated, our mission has never wavered. Whether your ride is a truck and trailer, auto transportator, charter bus, or RV, Jim's Truck and Trailer's fleet of ASE certified technicians can handle any issue or upgrade. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Improving your home, improving your life with new windows. If you are tired of old windows that don't open or close properly, that are drafty and cold, that are rotting and falling apart, your life can be better. Enjoy comfort, convenience, and peace of mind with new windows. Feel good when your home looks great inside and out. Call or visit the board store for a prompt free estimate. Get more for less today and every day. The Board Store, 524 Copeland, La Crosse.
Black River Furniture Outlet is marking a special milestone this year. 30 years of community, family, and business. Offering cabin furniture,
patio furniture, rugs,
dining furniture,
mattresses,
sofas and love seats. It's stupendous.
Stop in and check out 3 showrooms of product. Furniture from our family to yours. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value, plus no monthly payments until next year.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Convenience is a big factor. We're right here in Onalaska.
We're local. You know, we've been here for a long time. We take all insurances. We service and repair many different makes and models of hearing aids. Even if you didn't get your hearing aids with us, we'd be happy to take a look at them.
If your hearing aid is still under warranty, we can do some warranty work for you there.
You know, just walk in. You know, you don't have to have an appointment. I'm happy to help if I can.
Our family is helping your family. Better Hearing Center, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
US Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
In your morning medical news, if you're feeling unmotivated to hit the gym lately, this story could help change that. Marielle Most has the story of one woman who proves it's never too late to get strong.
Big belly breath and
this cross-generational pairing lift each other up.
Whenever we train, it just makes my day.
I picked the right person. I really did.
85-year-old Ronnie Leightonen picked Karina Waite to be her personal trainer at Lifetime Edina for one specific reason.
I liked Karina's because it included being interested in elderly people. And I thought that would be me.
Karina feels the draw to this generation too.
My parents adopted my twin brother and I when they were in their 40s. So I already had older parents. So seeing them, like, as I age and they age, and just kind of, that was a big part. Like, how can I help them age so they can stay around longer for my life? So I'm just gonna apply resistance. I want you to do a curl.
Ronnie comes to Karina for knowledge, to learn how to properly strength train, determined to stop a common cause of aging.
I was diagnosed with osteoporosis, which really made me mad because I thought I was doing all the right things. I was exercising and I was, eating right, but after menopause, it's very common.
Lifting weights specifically helps strengthen bones, and in Ronnie's case, slow down her chronic disease.
Putting impact on the bone can help the bone repair.
She's testing the limits of that impact.
Done.
You just PR'd.
lifting a personal best while the cameras were rolling.
I really understand what they're doing is keeping us healthy enough we're not using the doctors and the hospitals as much.
Building up her muscles has become Ronnie's new medicine.
If you're 65 or older like Ronnie, you're eligible for Medicare's Silver Sneakers program. That can give you free access to several gyms across the country. It does cost money, though, if you want a personal trainer. Deer hunting season now underway in Wisconsin. The season lasts 9 days, running through Sunday, December 1st. Before you take part in the season, young hunters must take a safety course. Here is some of what the DNR goes over with those hunters.
We want people to remember when they're out there hunting is to make sure that we're following the 4 basic firearm safety rules, which is treating every firearm like it's loaded, always making sure that we point our muzzle in a safe direction, being sure of our target and what's beyond it, and then keeping our finger off the trigger and outside the trigger guard until we're ready to shoot.
Hunters must also wear some blaze orange or pink. If you're lucky enough to get a deer, you have to register it electronically by 5 p.m. the day after. Wisconsin deer hunters are hoping for a better season this year. The state expects about 550,000 hunters will take to the woods despite last year's challenging numbers. Hunters harvested about 175,000 deer statewide in 2023, down 17% from the year before. Northern Wisconsin saw an even steeper drop with 30% fewer deer taken. Historic day for Wisconsin's Navy legacy. The USS Beloit, built in Marinette, and the first combat ship named after a Wisconsin city, was commissioned in Milwaukee over the weekend. The near-shore combat ship with a crew of 88 made history twice, also sponsored by the nation's first African-American woman major general. The Beloit now heads to its home port in Jacksonville, Florida. The Grinch traded his mean streak for team spirit over the weekend. The Green Grump posing for some photos at Midtown Nutrition's 3rd annual fundraiser, helping raise money for the Warhawks youth tackle football team. Families paid what they could for pictures with the holiday character.
Everybody loves the Grinch, and it's a good way to give back to the community, so people just pay what they can, and then we donate to whatever cause.
Attendees could also enjoy a bake sale and hot cocoa bar. Aquinas Middle School students aim to make a difference this morning. Their annual Stuff the Bus food drive kicks off at 8 a.m. with the goal of collecting 2,000 items for Wayfair Food Pantry. The drive comes at a critical time. Local food pantries, including Wayfair, reporting their lowest donation levels in 5 years. The time now is 6:37. Let's check in with Art to tell us what to expect on our Monday morning commute.
All right, as we get into it, fog and low cloud activity is also a part of your forecast this early morning. You're going to be seeing this from Rochester extending to Winona, Black River Falls, back into Sparta, La Crosse, all the way down to Viroqua, and including Prairie du Chien and, of course, Boscobel, back over to Wisconsin Dells. And, of course, the colder air up there to the north, Ladysmith, and of course Eau Claire. They're going to be picking up a mix of rain and snow coming in within the next, say, hour or so. What we'll see by at least 7 o'clock going to 8 o'clock hours here, we'll see the rainfall start to sneak in. It is light rainfall, but Ladysmith could see up to 1 to 3 inches now. It's increased in its potential for rainfall today over the last hour and a half here now. You're also going to be seeing the fog and low cloud activity extending back over to the river, getting into areas right by, of course, La Crosse, back over to Sparta, Ladysmith, and extending down into Volkfield as well for your fog. As far as kids going to school today, you're looking at 40 degrees. That's what's happening right now as we go into the school forecast for La Crosse. 35 by the afternoon under partly cloudy skies. Eau Claire holds on to 37 degrees with a mix of rain and snow potential, and it will also see their temperatures getting back down into 30s again. We have La Crosse holding on, at least with the rain coming in around the 8 o'clock hours I've mentioned, and Eau Claire holding on to the mix of rain and snow between 7 going into the 8 o'clock hour as well. Back to you.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Kenley is turning 8 years old today. She loves to go hunting, fishing, and riding horses.
Happy birthday to you. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Black Friday just days away now. Holiday shopping is already in full swing, but before you swipe that credit card, our next guest has some tips to keep your budget merry and bright.
Keep your vehicle clean at ShipShape Car Wash in Onalaska. Unlimited car wash is only $19.99 per month. Your choice of soft touch or touchless automatic, just $19.99 per month. And we do dualies. ShipShape Car Wash next to Festival Foods in Onalaska.
Everything is getting smarter. Good thing your Touchstone Energy Cooperative has the knowledge and expertise to help you make smarter work harder. Today, there are more ways than ever to make your world more energy efficient, and we can show you how. Take the next step to go electric and put the power of your co-op to work for you. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
News 8 Now presents Center Stage, powered by Maury's. Welcome to another Center Stage powered by Maury's. I'm your host, Scott, and today I'm joined by Dan. We are at the Chevy store in Onalaska. And Dan, you're the general manager out here.
I am.
But today we want to talk about the Center Stage program, what it does for our community, and why Maury's created it. So tell us a little bit about it.
So Scott, we started the Center Stage program because we're looking for ways we can help our community, number one, but also trying to help some of our non-for-profits who have very minimal options when it comes to how they can get the word out about who they are, what they are, and so we're doing our little bit that we can help them grow. When it comes to why we're doing it, using a couple of our core values of heart and grit. Grit is, getting up that day and deciding, hey, I've got that burning desire to win, I'm gonna make it happen. But sometimes, they say, how are we gonna make it happen? Well, we're gonna give them a little extra boost that they need to help get the word out of who they are and help them grow. Heart, I guess think of it as you gotta care about your community. And so by doing that, we're actually, again, giving them that little boost support that they need to help them say, yes, I can in 2024. And so we're very proud to be able to do it.
What are some other things that you would want people to know about these not-for-profits in the area and how they can help?
I guess, there's a lot of different ones that we've been looking at for organizations, but there's some that have really said, does it influence our employees? Does it influence our customer base? And we have got a lot of great customers and employees who are putting their personal time into, and their own money, into trying to help their organizations grow and what matters to them. And so we're just, as I mentioned, trying to make sure that we can do that one little thing that we can do to help them grow.
That's awesome. So when you see the Center Stage logo in that commercial, know that that's a not-for-profit that needs your help. Dan, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for joining us on another Center Stage powered by Maury's.
Keep your vehicle clean at ShipShape Car Wash in Onalaska. Unlimited car wash is only $19.99 per month. Your choice of soft touch or touchless automatic, just $19.99 per month. And we do dualies. ShipShape Car Wash next to Festival Foods in Onalaska.
All right, let's get it back to the top here, and I want to show you again back to the north here is what we've got going on for you. Yes, we're holding on to cloudy skies and slippery roadways out there right about now. We're also going to be seeing partly cloudy skies, possibly by the time we get in the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour today, though. So that'll keep us into partly cloudy skies, and temperatures are also going to drop as well. 40s are holding on right now to some 30s, and there are highs currently. We'll get some AM sprinkles, possibly to some flurries moving in. We could see up to 1 to 3 inches getting into areas right by Rhinelander there, extending into Ladysmith, and that means that that'll continue to increase as it goes into deeper northern portions of Wisconsin. For us here down in La Crosse, we are holding on to cloudy skies right now. Also, we're going to be seeing some light rainfall pop in the picture. It'll be less than an inch. Getting up north by Rice Lake all the way into Ladysmith there, that's where you're going to be seeing Rhinelander. That's where you're going to be seeing at least 1 to 3 inches of snow possibly getting into the forecast, and that starts around the next hour or so. Right now, the clouds are holding on to La Crosse. You can see there. Eau Claire has them as well, but you just can't see it that high. But the roadways are wet, and they are becoming slick, especially in areas up by Ladysmith right now. By the time we get into 3 o'clock, or the hours right now for this morning, you're looking at 33 degrees for Ladysmith. We're also looking at 35 for Eau Claire. So the roadways, once we get into some colder conditions with a mix of rain and snow, possibly from Winona getting to Black River Falls, Eau Claire in the snow, as well as Ladysmith, that could possibly be about an inch of snow for Eau Claire. We'll see the mix of rain and snow getting down into areas right by La Crosse, possibly as well, but it's mostly going to be rainfall for areas along I-90 going southward. You'll be seeing the rain and snow kind of lingering as we go right into the 10 o'clock hour, getting out of the way for areas south along I-90, eventually getting up to the north, still holding on to Ladysmith. Eau Claire is finishing out there, and more of that rain and snow kind of backs off, moves eastward, and gets into areas by Oshkosh as well as Green Bay, and then sticking down to Beaver Dam, and of course Madison. It starts to move out, heading for Chicago. Skies begin to clear for us, and we get back into partly cloudy skies. We go into the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock hour, and of course the 7 o'clock hour there. As far as rain is concerned, concerned about the 10 o'clock hour. That's when it begins to pick up. I should say the winds begin to really gust up to 20 miles per hour, possibly to 30 miles per hour to get into your forecast. And then eventually we'll be seeing again more along the lines of conditions to play out like this as we finish out. Breezy and gusty for the remainder of the day. As you can see here, we'll also be seeing rain and snow moving into the forecast here, but I'm going to continue to move on from that. You'll see cooler air coming into the forecast. That extends into tomorrow as well. And then once we go into your forecast to show you how this all plays out for the better part of the day, this is what you're going to be looking at. You'll the possibility of temperatures around 40 degrees for the high for today, and that's already happening right now. Cool air comes in for Tuesday and Wednesday, 33 to 35 degrees as you get into the forecast there for you. And then by Thanksgiving Day, 29 degrees for your high. Yikes, right? And of course, colder air ensues after that with 20s in your forecast.
Black Friday is just days away, meaning you've probably got shopping on your mind. But before you swipe that credit card, our next guest has some tips to keep your budget bright and merry. Jamie Bauman from Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union in Winona is here for this Mindful Monday discussion. Thank you for being here, Jamie.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Nice to see you. So what is the biggest budget that people are making during the holidays?
Yes.
The biggest budget mistake that is. What is it?
The biggest budget mistake is to not going in with a plan.
Okay.
It's kind of that failing to plan is what we need to do. So setting up a plan and a budget so you can have a really, really great holiday season. The most festive time of the year is also the most expensive time of the year. So really going in with a plan and making sure that you're sticking to that plan is going to be your biggest budget buster.
Okay.
So when should that plan be put into place?
Yeah, is it too late?
It's not too late. It's not too late. So if you haven't done your plan yet, you still have time.
Okay.
I would say sometime this week or early next, sit down and make a list of all of those people that you shop for, not forgetting teachers or coworkers, the mailman. Those are some of the small things that can really add up and really be a budget buster when you're doing your holiday shopping. So if you haven't done it yet, it's okay. Also making sure that you're sticking to a plan, whether it's using your notes app on your phone or good old-fashioned paper and pencil, so that you can really stick on track with that plan.
Okay, that's great, because the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, those ads are already infiltrating my phone. I don't know about you, and everyone I see, it's like, oh, I need that, right?
Yes.
So if I had what I really need on my list, that can kind of help us stick to what we need.
Absolutely. And doing some of those sale shopping is a great way to stick to a budget.
Right.
Just making sure that you're doing mindful spending and not buying too many of those last minute, I have to have it.
Yeah, it's so hard with the ads these days, right? They're everywhere. And so beyond gifts, what holiday expenses do people often forget to budget for, because there are so many, right?
Yes. So like I stated, teachers and those little one-off gifts that those people that we want to celebrate in this time of the year, but also different potlucks and festive celebrations or going out to dinner. All of those things can add up. So it's really great to be mindful of your spending and maybe look at some budget-friendly things that you can do with your family. Maybe you go out for a holiday light tour or have a potluck, or when it comes to gifts, maybe upcycling or recycling gifts so that you can really stay key into that budget.
Okay, yeah, lots of great advice that we can do there.
Showing right now that you were just talking about right there.
Yeah.
Hey, what about debt though? How is debt enter in this equation?
This time of year is such a problem for debt, right? We want to get our friends and family and our loved ones that special gift, and sometimes we find it and we don't care what the price is, right? Like it's a gotta have it thing, which is beautiful and wonderful that we want to celebrate that. However, if we're not being mindful and sticking to our budget, really that's going to cause us a lot more grief in the end. Actually, 28% of credit card users are still paying off credit card interest from last Christmas season, which is a high number, right? Sometimes those interest rates are 28%. So really sticking to that budget, you can still be mindful. You can still get them that gotta have it gift if you're being mindful of what your budget is. The other great thing is that budgets aren't just a festive season time. Budgets are great all year round. And if you don't have a budget, it's okay. There are people like myself and others on the financial world. We would love to have you come in and look at some mindful budgeting. Sometimes we call it cash flow analysis, because the budget word's kind of scary.
Yeah, for sure.
So Affinity Plus would love to have you come in and look at banking a little bit differently with our approachable way to looking at your budget.
Okay, well, Jamie, thank you so much for being here, sharing these great tips. We definitely need them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun to drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait, turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Get an 11% rebate on all Mohawk flooring now at Menards. Mohawk builds quality into every product. From easy-to-install sheet vinyl, durable laminate flooring, and luxurious carpet. With so many styles to choose from, Mohawk has the perfect flooring for you. Get Engage sheet vinyl for just 69 cents a square foot after rebate. Or pick up Solutions waterproof laminate flooring for $2.39 per square foot after rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
A local music class is enriching the lives and minds of its students. Wednesday at 10, we'll talk with those impacted by the program and how children learning music before they can walk makes a big difference in their lives. Wednesday at 10.
Get you and your feathered family and friends together for the 17th Annual Festival Foods Turkey Trot, Thanksgiving morning at the Onalaska Omni Center. Funds raised benefit area YMCAs and Boys and Girls Clubs. Go to festivalfoodsturkeytrot.com to register today.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/news8000. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
In just hours, a Hudson teacher will face a judge. 24-year-old Madison Bergman's arraignment starts at 11:45 this morning in St. Croix County Court. She's accused of sexually assaulting an 11-year-old student at Rivercrest Elementary and exchanging more than 35,000 text messages with the child. Prosecutors have filed 10 felony charges, including first-degree sexual assault. Also in court this morning, a preliminary hearing for a semi-driver's alleged attacker. 59-year-old Paul Stokes is due in La Crosse County Court at 11. He's charged with recklessly endangering safety and substantial battery. Police say Stokes cut another trucker's throat at the West Salem Quick Trip after a dispute over parking. The victim survived cuts to his neck and chest. Stokes faces 2 felonies now. Time is running out for La Crosse residents to use the city's yard waste site. The brush and yard waste facility closes tomorrow at 6 p.m. for the season. The site is open today and tomorrow from 10 to 6. After that, residents will need to take your yard waste to the county landfill. Local courts are working to make the justice system fairer. La Crosse and Monroe counties have been chosen for a national pilot program aimed at improving how people experience the court. The Fairness Challenge will train staff to ensure court processes are impartial and respectful.
If someone feels that they've been treated fairly, they're more likely to accept what the decision is and follow that decision versus someone that just doesn't feel that they were treated fairly.
We'll have more on the Fairness Challenge tonight at 6. If you're planning on traveling this Thanksgiving week, you'll have plenty of company. According to AAA, nearly 80 million Americans will be on the move for the holiday. That number is a record high and is nearly 1/4 the entire U.S. population. Deer hunting season is now underway in Wisconsin. The season lasts 9 days, running through Sunday, December 1st. We recently caught up with the DNR, who shared a few essential deer hunting tips.
We want people to remember when they're out there hunting is to make sure that we're following the 4 basic firearm safety rules, which is treating every firearm like it's loaded, always making sure that we point our muzzle in a safe direction, being sure of our target and what's beyond it, and then keeping our finger off the trigger and outside the trigger guard until we're ready to shoot.
Hunters must also wear some blaze orange or pink. If you're lucky enough to get a deer, you have to register it electronically by 5 p.m. the day after it's recovered. Aquinas Middle School students aiming to make a difference this morning. The annual Stuff the Bus food drive kicks off at 8 with the goal of collecting 2,000 items for Wafer Food Pantry. The drive comes at a critical time. Wafer reporting their lowest donation levels in 5 years while experiencing record need.
All right, take a look if you're heading on out this early morning. As we go into like the 7 o'clock hour, possibly into the 8 o'clock hour, rainfall for La Crosse starts to move in. That continues through the mid-morning hours, and around the 10 o'clock hour, we should see that begin to subside. As far as snow is concerned, around the 7 o'clock hour, 7:15, 7:30, going into at least 9 a.m., we'll see that snow mix going toward Eau Claire. And of course, as we get into areas by Ladysmith, you're picking up a little heavier rainfall, about 1 to 3 inches or so. 1 inch or so should be there for La Crosse or less. And of course, we're looking at light rainfall to finish out this early morning with cool conditions to go into your Thanksgiving. Colder as we go into Thanksgiving, though, and that'll continue after that, going into your weekend as well, into next week.
All right, thank you, Art. A Massachusetts coffee shop has customers dancing for their drinks. Coffee Milano Cafe is offering free coffee to anyone who busts a move for 5 seconds outside their shop. From moonwalks to flossing, these caffeine-craving performances are going viral on TikTok, spreading smiles and inspiring the owner to make it a monthly tradition. You know, Art, I saw this story last week and I thought of you. I thought I could see you doing that at Java.
But can you really drink coffee after you've just busted a move or busted a move?
Yeah, I guess. I need it before. I need it before, right? You want it before.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or Mountain Dew.
I'm with her on that one.
No Mountain Dew today for us, though, huh? Although we need it, yeah. I guess we'll have to start dancing.
I haven't had my coffee yet.
No. Thank you for starting your morning with us. We'll see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Monday.